Sounds like a good idea. So good luck.
Yeah, it's just a pain in the rear end. All right, good evening, guys. Ken at Tortoise Capital Nightly Strategy Podcast for January 24th, 2024. Start with a hybrid swing portfolio, 30-minute charts. Start with Alcoa. So after the nice swing trade yesterday, today was a gap up and go a little bit, and it failed back to scratch. No overnight risk. AI rolled over, gave us a double top, PSAR flip, collapsing dragon, 2R exiting near the close. Caterpillar. Caterpillar, sorry about that. Caught a 2, fractional gain. Cliff Natural Resources. That was a 1, 2, 3 to the downside after the R10 rolled over, fractional gain. CVS. We closed the COTA 2 entry. It ran all the way up, big gap up, a large upward move. Then as it started to fail, we exited. As the fail continued and it hit the dragon, I shorted with the standard risk, and that gave us 2R just south of the Bollinger Band main. So I like that one. DIA, we closed yesterday's 1, 2, 3 entry for 2R. I thought about short here on the PSAR flip, didn't take it and missed a move. Disney, no trade. Next up, Devon Energy, also no trade. Emerging markets, big gap up and then no follow through, no trade. Ethereum, we had a COTA 2 intraday, but it never followed through, so that was a scratch. A lot of false starts today. EWW, yesterday's SSC and COTA 2 had a nice gap up and cashed about 4. It rolled over, so we got short at the skin of the dragon, picked up another 1 before the close. Brazil, routine PSAR flip for 1. Intel, we closed 6R after the 1, 2, 3 entry from yesterday. That paid off well. Probably should have gotten a second position in there at some point today. IP, no trade. IYR. So this was a gap up that ran all the way to the top and then sold off short and then collapsed all the way to the low. So we're holding 4R on that one. It's testing the swing low here. So I'm going to give that one more chance tomorrow. Coke was a big collapse and closed at the low of the day for another 4R. We're going to let that one run. Real estate was a fractional gain on the emerging dragon. COTA 2 in the usual way on McDonald's, cleared 4 with a PSAR exit. It gapped down at the open, so we got out at +3. We got out at +5 on Microsoft after it rolled over. It was grinding up today after the gap up, but then when it started to fail, that fell and came all the way back to the VWAP. All of the urgency was gone, so we cashed about 7 on that one. Marijuana picked up 3 on the gap and go. Nike, no trade. Probably should have gotten some of that on the short side, but there's more room tomorrow. Nvidia, gap and go, got us 2, exiting at the when it rolled back to the VWAP. Clean energy, PSAR flip for 2. This is Rivian for 1 on a PSAR flip. The S&P was a mixed market today, gapped up, ran all the way up, ran all the way back. So that could be, some would say that's topping action. I just say that's just what happened today. Treasuries showed weakness. Tesla showed weakness. No trade. Walmart. We closed yesterday. We were holding about +1 overnight. Then it gapped down, so we just escaped with a micro win, so a scratch, and then it collapsed through the PSAR and finally got short in here. And then the bottom just dropped out of it for about 3-4 hours and closed poorly. So that one bears watching for tomorrow because it's testing the swing low. And if that fails, look out below. US Steel, we exited here near the close. It gapped all the way up to here, ran all the way to the new 10-day high, reversed and sold off. So we get short here on the way down, standard risk box, and then cashed 1 hour here when it kind of stalled inside the dragon. Pretty good day at work today. These are all 3-minute charts now. These are the sniper trades of the day. This one was yesterday's close. Big gap up to here. Ran all the way up, ran all the way down. This established the OR3. This is the standard risk box. The second bar broke down below that OR3. So we are short from here. My first target is going to be here. Took an R loss. It reversed again. This time when it crashed down through the PSAR, I got short the second time. Standard risk. This time it really started to follow through to the downside. And exited in the usual way on a PSAR flip. I was a little late getting out of that one. I should have been like right about there after the R10 reverses. I should be exiting here. So that was a little bit of slot. That's a stop and reverse for a scratch after 10 bars, no follow through. No trade. Re-entered short on the collapsing dragon out of the lunchtime chop, and that gave us about another R. And exited in the usual way at the PSAR flip. It's combined with this. Let's go to the traders. Not sure why the mouse is acting up. Maybe because I got two recording programs going. Don't know. All right, here's Jonathan. He gets a PSAR flip. He's experimenting with the bringing his stop to no lose plus dinner for two as soon as he hits his average R, and that's causing him to cut those real short. So we're working on that, relaxing a little bit more into it. Um, but positive for the day. Good learning going on there. And same good learning here. Again, ordinarily would think not to get out here on that short. Like this short should probably be exiting after the bends right here, and you'd want to get out approximately here. But yeah, this is a supported fall crossing. And it's a new low of the day, so that's like an automatic short. There really wasn't much more available there, though. But this looks a bit premature. I like this as an effort. I like the quick exit and then staying out of the chop. Good work. All right, Hamad is back to using primarily the 3-minute charts based on his analysis. He gets or in 5-minute charts in the forex. I think he might have gotten short a bar sooner, which is a bar better, but that's a good reversal after the scratch and two good follow throughs to the upside for 1.1. In the pound, mostly grinding. There was probably could not have gotten into that when it was moving so fast, but he does finally get into it and takes advantage of the gain. AMD, he's grinding. This really tight stop is really your wins in here, but you come out of it at 1.8, so I'm not going to argue with success in there. This is his assessment of the 3-minute versus the 30-minute, and his effort to find the movers is the top shelf priority. -1 in the chop in here. I just think that that's too much trading. There's too much going on in here. That PSAR stayed stable the whole way down. And so my thought is that you should be short right around in here and stay short and then reversing somewhere in here for that move. I do like that you got into this here, but I believe that should have been here after that strong sideways chop. You're trading so much in here that you don't necessarily see that as a breakout from a Z3 compression. Good work in Walmart. When it crosses the VWAP, it's significant right here. So keep an eye on that. Agnieszka, nice 1R on the Z3 breakout and a perfect exit. George chopping around in here, no real damage and makes 0.2. If I'm reading that correctly. Find the movers. That's not moving. This one's moving right from the opening after the big gap up. That's an indicator where you might have been able to catch some of that early move. This is a reasonable effort on the upside. And you got out of it quickly. We should be crushing this right here on this failure to break. This is a lower high. So when this falls back through the Bollinger Band mean, that's a short. I don't disagree with not much time left in the day, but that's a trade that I would take. The scratch in Disney, nothing really there. reasonable effort in Devon Energy. I might try to capture more of this. When you have you have two strong bars up and it's outside the river, you're almost plus 1R and it comes back to 0.1. So we gave up 90% of the open gain. That feels like we gave back too much. Again, stop and reverse is indicated. Right from here, it never went higher after your open. So my thought is you should be getting out here and shorting here at the PSAR flip. Satya just enjoying the heck out of AMD, bringing in another 8R today with a perfect entry on the rebound off the low of the day. Nice exit in here on failure to follow through. Got a 2 re-entry, perfect exit at the Bollinger Band mean. And then a caught a 2 for an extra R. That's how you do it. Well done. Let's go to the reports. Me. All right, daily report. Bullish normal, overbought in all dimensions except the 2-day gave back a little bit today. Volatility favoring short-term volatility spikes. In the Dow tactical, just 4 auto framers, big breakouts in IBM and NVIDIA. So some selected tech is leading the way. Should probably put AMD in that list. The ETFs, you had big breakouts in the Qs and the SPY again today, along with XLK. Once again, tech leading the way in the S&P. Multi-time frame NDX, real mixed bag. The winners won, and that's mostly tech. And I'm going to reprint this report and send it out once more. It looks like some pages didn't print. But that's everything we got for today. We'll catch them tomorrow.